So if you need to run this thing when it's really cold outside, as you can see, right now is not a good candidate, 64. But if you need to run it when it's cold outside, what you would do is you would run over here to HVAC and you would go to equipment limits. Now here, it's not gonna run if it's below 44. So you could just, like if you're testing this thing, testing it out, you can just uncheck everything, but you'll have to remember to put it back. Okay, so now it'll run. Now, if you're wanting to test this thing in say you just want it, say it's a single stage unit. Okay, so you want to test in heating. So you rename a new schedule, temp, new program. You have all of these selected, so you have the whole house selected. Edit, you want to test it for heating. And you just go way up, right? So then you go done, and you'll need to select. Temp. Okay. Okay. So there we have temp. Let's go to zones, and you can see that the heating column is all nice and hot. You can see that this kicked on. This is waiting for a minute. Oops. Now, something else I want to point out. There's 2 flames, so this is a 2-stage equipment. Okay. So here very shortly this will kick on. So done with that. Now we don't want to test heat anymore. Say you're all done with your testing of heat. And so now you want to test first stage cool. Okay. So what we're going to do is first we're going to go through here and see just kind of where the range is. 65, 68, 65, 68. Looks like a lot of them are 68. So what we're going to do, we're going to push one too many button, go to HVAC, and we'll go to multi-stage control. Multi-stage control, we just need to make this number bigger. Make it fairly large so that when we set it for some number, and when you're testing you want to let it run for a while, so 7 degrees, hopefully it'll take the house a little bit for 7 degrees before it satisfies. Okay, so if we were, remember, 65 to 68, and we want to test it in cooling, we'll edit our temporary, change all these, edit our cool, so we want it to be like 62, 63, because the high temperature was 68, so that would be, is my math not very good? There we go, 6 degrees, how's that? We'll change that just a bit too, just to be happy. Okay, so now we go to zones and see that they're all 62. And these, so it should kick on to cool, but it's not going to yet. I'll explain why. Because, well, it is set on auto. You can force the auto. Come on, buddy. Cool. Force it into cool. Okay, so now we should start cooling. There it is. See? And it's only one snowflake because of our limit. Oh, look at this. This room is 2-stage, but because the majority of it's single stage, this is what's going to determine whether it's actually in first stage or second stage. So after that waits, it's a couple minutes. So okay, so it came on and it's in second stage. So we see here that most of these are in first stage, but some of them are in second. So let's go ahead and go, we'll change our program, edit, and just make that range just a little, let's just do 2 degrees. Okay, so now after just a little bit, these, well, that one doesn't have batteries in the sensor or something. So here, this one should hopefully change that real quick. That's almost, no, that's not going to change. Let's go back to here. Make this number up. There we go. So now it's never going to turn into high stage. So how long is it going to take? That is the question. That happened really quick. I pushed the pause button and okay. So there we go. I want to get it into high stage then. You're kind of familiar with this now. High stage, multi-stage control, and just make that limit smaller. Oh, you can't see that. Yeah, so 2 degrees. And you know what? It was 2 degrees when I started, so let's just put that back. Yeah, so it already knows. It's already shifted into second stage. Okay, so we got how to stage it, and we got how to run it when it's cold outside, which is equipment limits. Put those back on, because we don't want to forget that. Also, there's some more things that we need to do here. One, put that back to the way it was, to auto. And then we need to shift this back to standard, okay? And then we need to get rid of the temporary. So delete that. Now, I want to point something out. Let's just make a new one. Okay, go in, make sure that the right one is selected before you delete it, because it doesn't really confirm. It just says delete. Do you want to delete it? Well, yeah, I want to delete one of them. Make sure it's the right one. Okay, so standard program, auto. Now we're zones. This one's going to change here, doing something. We're good.